Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Tuesday, November 28th. As always, if you want to watch our NBA and our NFL videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel below. And if you want to play the actual lineups that we're playing, please come visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. All right, so let's jump into it. We got a 5-game slate. It's a decent 5-game slate. There is some spots that we could take advantage of. There's some injury news that we have to wait on a little bit. Just like the past couple of nights. I mean, there's been tons of injury news. All these injuries they're causing all these value plays to be chalk, and inevitably everybody's paying up for the same people. So the past couple of days have been just chalk days, pretty much. It's like everybody in your line's 50% owned, and the one person that's 40% owned that busts costs you the night, or the one person that's 40% owned that goes off gives you the night, and that sucks. There's not really no thinking in it when it's kind of just plug and play the same players, and that's the reason why everybody's been having the same lines lately. But I'm gonna get off my rant. Sorry, it's just been frustrating me a little bit. I hate chalk slates, and that's all it's been, and it's been tough. But hey, let's jump into it. Let's see what we can find for this slate. So as I said, we do got 5 games on this slate. Two of the games, the Wizards versus Minnesota, and the Bulls versus Suns. Both don't have lines yet. This game is probably due to they're waiting if Jeff Teague is going to play. That kind of makes a difference. And then also they're probably waiting if Booker is going to play. But Cleveland versus the Heat, this does have a 209.5 implied total. Cleveland's favored by 3.5. And then you got Denver going into Utah. This game has a 206.5 total, and Utah's favored by 1.5. And then lastly, we have the Bucks at Sacramento. This game has a really low total. I thought it would be a little bit more higher than this, but it has a 198.5 implied total. Milwaukee's favored by 7. So those are the games that we're gonna be looking at today. Let's jump into it and just kind of see what we could find. First thing first, so we'll start at point guard as always. Achilles is a tough injury. It's something you definitely don't want to rush back. So I don't know if Teague is going to be back tomorrow or not. So that's something you really got to watch during the day. But we'll start with Eric Bledsoe first at 7,000. The guy since coming over to Milwaukee, he's been very consistent. He's playing minutes, playing a lot of minutes. And for the past 5 games, he's got at least 37 fantasy points. At a 7,000 price tag, we need 35. So this guy going against Sacramento, I think he's a great play. He's a guy that I really, really like. And like I said, I really like his price. For the value, you only need 35. So definitely look at him hard tomorrow. Then we got Goran Dragic. He's a pretty good play as well. I think I like Bledsoe a little bit more. Dragic is good though. He's got in the past 3 games he's got almost 38 in 2 of the last 3. This guy, he gets steady minutes. That's one thing he's gonna get. His fantasy production depends on if he scores or not. The nights that he scores, he usually puts up a lot of fantasy points. He's averaging 32 fantasy points a game this season. At a 6.9 price tag, you need about 34. So I think he has a chance to get it against the Cleveland Cavs, who they're not the best team, and I think this game is going to stay somewhat close. And the Cavs also struggle against guards, so Goran Dragic looks good tonight. Although I do have to prefer Eric Bledsoe. So those are my top 2 point guards. Then we'll move down a little bit. Talk about Chris Dunn. This guy's good. The problem is he's been having a couple horrible shooting nights in a row, and so coach has been taking him off the floor. But he's a guy that fills up the stat sheet, and usually when he gets minutes, he usually produces. He gets us a little bit of everything. This is coming off the bench this year. He's averaging 25 fantasy points a game. If he's gonna continue starting and he can get back to scoring, this guy could easily crush value at 6,100. We need about 31 from him. He's got that several times this year. I think he is a little bit more of a GPP play, but going against Phoenix, he's in a great matchup. Last time against Phoenix, He only played 27 minutes. He got 17 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. Plus 4 turnovers, and he still got us 35 fantasy points. So that would have been an easy, pretty much 6 times value. I can definitely see him getting that if he's in the starting role this time compared to last time he was coming off the bench. So this guy, it all depends on Jeff Teague. If Jeff Teague's out, this guy's pretty much a lock and load must play. The past 2 games, he's paid big time minutes, 38 and 32 minutes, and he's crushing value. I mean, the thing is you're like, well, he got 4 steals, and that kind of boosted up his stats. Well, you know what? The next game he got 7 steals, and that boosted up his stats a lot. But obviously, this guy's, he's pretty good at getting steals. He's good at defense. He fills up the stat sheet. He doesn't, score a lot. He doesn't do nothing pretty, but he's filling everything up consistently when he's getting the minutes. So if he's gonna, if Jeff Teague's out tomorrow, this guy's pretty much a lock and load. He's gonna get you an easy, I would say 6 to 7 times value. So I'm gonna add him in there. And this is, like I said, all dependent on Jeff Teague. But if Teague's out, I really love that guy tomorrow. Another guy that you got to really look at, it's already said John Wall's out. Tim Frazier's been starting for him. If he's going to play, 30 minutes, 32 minutes a game, I like him. The thing about him is, he's not the best scorer, so you need him to get you some buckets. But in the past, he has shown that he can hit threes, and he's a solid play. I mean, as price tag, you need about 25. If he's going to start and play 30, I mean, it's going to be an ugly 25, but I think he's going to get there and hit value for you. Next, we'll move on to shooting guard. Bradley Beal. As long as his price is reasonable, without John Wall, you pretty much just got to start this guy. I really like him tomorrow going against Minnesota and Andrew Wiggins' defense. Bradley Beal, I mean, he's pretty much going to get unlimited shots right now. I mean, this guy, he's a great player. There's not much to add. I mean, he's already averaging 38 fantasy points a game this year. And without Wall, I mean, this is just going to continue to go up. And I think he has a good chance to get, 50 any night without Wall. I mean, he's already, last game, he got 46.7. I mean, he's good. I really like Bradley Beal. I think he's a top shooting guard tomorrow. Then we'll go down a little bit, and we'll go with Booker going against Chicago. He was out last game. With the knee injury. He said he's feeling better. He's hopeful to play. I mean, he's their leading scorer. He's averaging 34 fantasy points a game. You need 35 for him to hit value. If he's going to play tomorrow and play his regular minutes, which is usually big-time minutes, I mean, I think he has a really good chance to get there tomorrow. He's a solid play. Then we got Chris Middleton. I mean, this guy's just been consistent. Plain simple, he's averaging 35 fantasy points a game. At a 6.8 price tag, we need about 34. So, I mean, if he can get us his average, I mean, we'll take it. Going against Sacramento in an up-tempo game, the guy's getting massive minutes. Massive minutes. He's playing 38, 38, 38, 41, 38, 46. This was overtime, but still, he's playing a lot of minutes. I really like him tomorrow. He's a really, really good play. Andrew Wiggins in an up-tempo game against Washington. This is another guy playing massive minutes. I mean, minutes equals production, and that's what we're always looking for. Andrew Wiggins is hot right now, and in 5 of his last 6 games, he's got at least 34 fantasy points. So, I mean, he's killing. And at his price tag, we need about 34. So, if he can get us what he's been doing, I mean, we'll happily take that and we'll move on. So, yeah, Andrew Wiggins look really good. Usually, thing about Andrew Wiggins is people say, well, he's scoring dependent and he has to score to get points. But he's been stepping it up and he's been doing a little bit of everything. He's even getting those defensive stats. So, you got to like Andrew Wiggins tomorrow. The last guy I'm going to really talk about is going to be Justin Holiday going against Phoenix in the up-tempo game. This guy, I mean, last time he played Phoenix just a couple games ago, he went for 36 minutes. He only scored 25 fantasy points. So that's kind of like, but you got to be happy that he's getting those minutes, 35, 36, 40, 30, 36. And he's getting a lot of shots. This guy's good. I think for 55, you need about 27. And I think in the up-tempo game against Phoenix tomorrow, I think he's definitely going to get there. I think he may be a little bit more of a GPP play, but overall, he's still a good play. And one guy I will just mention real quick, I do kind of like Dwayne Wade tomorrow. I mean, the guy's been good going against his old team. I mean, he's been killing. He's getting, 54 from the old man. This 22, 31, 16, 31, and 24. I mean, he's been picking it up and he's been doing well. I think he's more of a GPP play as well, but I mean, he's a good play. So for my play right here, I'm gonna have to go with Bradley Beal. I really like that guy without Wall. Okay, small forward, LeBron James, 12,000. You need 60. He just missed it tonight by 7 points, but he was very close to value. I mean, tomorrow against the Heat. I mean, the Heat aren't the best matchup because they're a slower team. But I mean, LeBron's playing massive minutes. I mean, today he only played 31 minutes, so his minutes are actually cut back a little bit in the blowout, which is another positive sign on a back-to-back. So LeBron is one of the top plays on the slate. Antetokounmpo going against Sacramento, 11-8. I mean, the guy's been good. He's been killing it all year. Don't get me wrong. But the past few games, he just hasn't been getting there. We need about 58 from him. I mean, in the past four, he hasn't got there. Before that, he hit it 3 times in a row. So I mean, I do like Antetokounmpo. Don't get me wrong. I just would probably rather pay the extra 200 and go with LeBron James. Then we got Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's starting to get back to the old Jimmy Butler that we know. When the Chicago Bulls days. I mean, he's playing massive minutes. Timberwolves, pretty much all their starters play a lot of minutes. And he's been doing good. I mean, last game against Phoenix, he put up 48 points, 39. I mean, it's kind of up and down, up and down. But, I mean, for the most part, I mean, he's getting there. He's averaging 35 fantasy points a game this season. And in the past, we'll say 6 games, he's had a 42, 54, 39, 48, and then 2 in the 20s. So he is a little bit volatile, and at his price, it does scare me a little bit. I think he is maybe a little bit more of a GPP play. But I mean, he's a good play, and he has a chance to put up 50 any day. I mean, he's a baller. Next, we'll talk about T.J. Warren. This dude, I mean, he's just playing massive minutes. He's averaging 19 points a game. He's getting there. He's getting the rebounds. He's getting the defensive stats, somewhat. The thing about him though is at 7.4, we need about 37, and he's got 37. 2 times in the past 5. The 33 we'll say is close. We just want to see him get these boards. If he's going to get more boards regularly, maybe a couple more assists, I would really be on him. But I mean, this is a short slate. I mean, he is in a solid matchup. Going against the Chicago Bulls. Last time he played the Bulls, he played 33 minutes. He went off for 27 points, 7 rebounds, assists, 2 steals, and a block for 46 fantasy points. So, I mean, if you think he can repeat that or even get close to it, I mean, he's a great play. On this short slate, I do like him as well. Me personally, I think, between Jimmy Butler and T.J. Warren, I'd probably rather save the 700 and go with Warren in this particular spot. The last guy I'm gonna talk about is Denzel Valentine. He's been getting a lot of run and he's been doing work. I mean, last time he faced Phoenix, he didn't have the best game, but he did play 36 minutes. He got 9.7 rebounds, 3 assists, no defensive stats for 22 points. But, I mean, he's showing us the upside. Last game against Miami, he filled up the stat sheet, almost got a triple-double. Against the Lakers, he went off for 39. I mean, the guy is getting a lot of stats. It's just if his shot's going to go down or not, and if he feels like playing defense. But I think he's a solid play at 6.2 against Phoenix in a very up-tempo game. Last time he got 22. I'm going to have to say, honestly, I think he's going to get at least 32 this time. So you got to look at Denzel Valentine. Then we got power forward. Start with Favors. Up-tempo game against Denver. Tempo matters. You want faster-paced games. There's more shots. There's more stuff going on. So Derek Favors, he's been doing pretty good lately since Gobert's been out. He's been the only big guy. I mean, he's been doing good. 34 fantasy points, 25. You're like, but he followed it with a 47, a 20, 38, 42. At 6.9, we need about 35. I definitely think that he's going to get close to that, and I mean he's a fair price tag, so he's a really good option at power forward. The guy that I really like is the rookie, same price. I mean this guy, he has upside. When his shots going down, this guy strokes it. He's playing a lot of minutes, playing at about 30 minutes a game. He's getting the rebounds, and like I said, it's all about this guy's shot. But against Phoenix, I really like him. Last time he went against Phoenix, he played 33 minutes. He got 26 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 41 fantasy point out. You can't go wrong. I really, really like this guy tomorrow. So I'm just going to plug him in as my power forward. Sorry, I skipped one on small forward. So I think I'm going to have to go with LeBron right there. So let me finish up at power forward. I got excited about the rookie, but next we'll talk about Gibson. I mean, all these Timberwolves starters are getting a lot of minutes. Past 3 games, 40, 36, 36, and he's been putting up points, 47, 21, 37. I mean, the guy's doing work. He's playing very well. Going against the Wizards, he's going to be going against Markieff Morris. Markieff Morris shoots a lot of three-pointers. He doesn't drive too much. I could see Gibson getting some long rebounds. I think this guy's probably going to be a cash game play as well tomorrow. Then we will quickly talk about Henson. Henson's in a really good matchup. Sacramento struggles against the power forward position. This guy, there's nothing sexy about him. I do like Gibson more. I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play. 5.5, we need 27. It's all about if he stays on the floor. When he stays on the floor, he's usually a fantasy point per minute monster, but he also does get in foul trouble. His minutes definitely have been up. The recent games, 32, 26, 25, 27, 25, 25. This has a lot to do with Monroe getting traded. Before that, the minutes, they weren't, completely there. He was getting a lot of lower minutes. So Henson, he's a solid GPP play tomorrow. The last guy I'm going to mention, if you hear that he's going to start, and he's going to play at least 28 minutes. Fareed's a really good play. When he plays minutes, he's a fantasy point monster, but it's when he plays minutes. The Denver Nuggets are so frustrating. They're all over the place. This game, we thought that, we didn't know who. We thought, Mason Plumlee was going to start against Sacramento. He ended up starting, but only played 19 minutes. Still got 20 fantasy points. They said he was going to start against Houston. He didn't even play. And then he starts against Memphis against 31 minutes. And he puts up 28 fantasy points, which is very respectable. At his price tag, we need about 22. So if they say he's going to start, he's going to play 28 minutes. I think this guy's a really, really good play as well. So that's kind of where I'm at for power forward. And I'm going to actually switch one thing. I really like this guy tomorrow, but I don't know if he's a must play. I think the guy I like a little bit more for cash games is going to be Taj Gibson. He's only 5,300. You got to save some places so you can pay up at other places. So he's going to be probably my core power forward. So we'll move on to center. Towns. I really like Towns. This guy, he has upside any night to put up 50. He hasn't been getting there too much regularly, but he got their last game against Phoenix. And this is why I like all Chicago players. Everybody puts up massive points against Phoenix. So I already gave you guys Taj Gibson. And like I told you, I really like the rookie as well. He's probably going to end up going there as well. But I don't want to give you everything. You still got to do some work yourself. So Towns is a really good play. He's probably the top center. Then you got Jokic. He's pretty much going to be going against a smaller Utah team. They don't have Gobert, so there's nobody that's really going to be able to stop Jokic. The guy has a massive upside. I think that Towns is definitely more safer than Jokic just because he's up and down so much. Up and down, up and down. But the guy has upside. He has pretty much just as much upside as anybody on the slate. And we got Kevin Love. He's been very inconsistent, but he's been playing pretty good overall this season. 45, 36, 36, 28, 21. So he's just been kind of going down lately. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, Kevin Love's really good, and for value, you're going to need about 39. He could definitely get you there. I think it's just kind of, I don't know how I really feel about the situation. But, I mean, like I said, we're on a smaller slate, so we're going to have to, somewhere we're going to have to pay down or pay in the middle range, not going to be able to pay up. So, you got to look at Kevin Love. Cauley Stein. I mean, this young guy's been, I mean, he doesn't even play a lot of minutes. He plays, 28 to 30 minutes a game, but he does everything. It's either he's scoring one night, 26 points, 6, 1, 2, and getting you 38, or he's only scoring 9 points, but he's still getting you 6, 3, 3, 2 for 33. He gets it in a lot of different ways, and that's what you really got to like about Willie Cauley Stein. Um, you know, the. Um, the Bucks, they don't really have no big men to really stop him. They don't. I mean, the Bucks don't have no big guys really. They have Maker, but that guy gets in foul trouble all the time. He's not going to be able to handle Cauley Stein. So I really like Cauley Stein tomorrow. I think he's a really really good play. The last guy I'm gonna talk about, Marcin Gortat. This guy, he's too cheap in my opinion. Okay, I really like Gortat. I mean, I understand he's had struggles, but his minutes are there. His minutes are pretty safe. He's usually playing about 32 minutes a game. 4.9, you only need 24 from him. In the past 5, he has 28, 40, 31, 30, and a 14 shot. I love this guy. I think he's going to be a great play tomorrow, and I'm going to put him in there. So that's kind of where I'm at. So you guys can see where I'm at. You got 5 people in there, one at each position. You still got about 6,000 to play with. I mean, you can go a lot of different ways with this lineup. This is just kind of some key plays that I like at each position. Like I said, and tomorrow things could change. I do these videos the night before. It all depends on the kind of news and what we hear tomorrow. But hey, I hope this helps you out. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button below. Make sure and click the like button on this video. It really helps me out, and I appreciate it. And hey, good luck tomorrow, and let's get it.